This is a raw, in-your-face, you know, the Brothertons.
Completely unscripted.
Yeah. I know that this doesn't do anything. I know that if someone wants to get on our property, that they're gonna get on our property, and a stupid sign is not gonna do a thing. But I saw them at Tractor Supply, and I've always wanted to have them up. No trespassing, private property. This is about as raw of a vlog as you can get. So Kelly and I, we've been talking about how it went after this last trip. It was different than our last two videos about our property. We had one kid, and we had, how many? We had
6.
But we had 1, 2, we had 3 extra adults. Kelly said that after the last trip that we were at like a 9 out of 10. And that Kelly was at a 9.
I was tired.
We were tired, and then what are you at now?
I think I'm at like a 6. It was
a 6.
This is a different tire. I'm more pregnant than I was last time, which is a good thing, right? And all 3 kids is just one of those things. You can't just run a chainsaw with 3 kids around. And we had a lot more brush to get through this time, and that was sort of discouraging. It felt like we were taking everything that was growing vertical and just laying it horizontal somewhere else. Like, it just felt like we were displacing the brush. It didn't feel like we were making a dent. So that was discouraging. Although, of course, I know we were doing stuff. I mean, we're not sweaty and smelly because we just sat there. So, it was just not a bad trip at all. Just totally different. And I think that's one of those things that you have highs and excitement, especially when starting new things. But just because it's not high and exciting all the time doesn't mean you don't do hard things.
Last time we came out there before the last couple of videos, we had nothing. We had a road, which was great that we were able to get out there. We did not have a campsite. We created a campsite. This time, we really didn't create that next big thing. Like, we didn't clear a spot.
I think, talk about the good things though. Our kids slept better in the tent than they ever have at our house. Ever. All 3 of them slept through the night. Not one single child got up to pee in the middle of the night. And I thought, are you kidding me? I have to get up and pee in the middle of the night in a bucket. But you guys are gonna sleep through the night. This is ridiculous. This
is a raw, in-your-face, you know, the Brothertons.
Completely unscripted.
Yeah. We all slept. Our entire family was there, and we slept through the night.
Our kids had their very first camp out ever.
Yep.
At their land.
The fire pit still works.
The fire pit worked, and it was like a transformer. It transformed into a chimney.
Yeah, I don't know if I showed that, but yeah, we made it into a little bit of a chimney. The fire pit, we'll figure out what we do. Yeah, we're tweaking it. It might be too tall because we need the fire pit to be a cooker, but then we also just need it to be a campsite fire whenever it gets cold. Yeah, you get no heat from it because it's so tall. We were also able to get a path straight to the pond. Now what you're able to do is walk straight from the road to the campsite to the middle of the property all the way back to the pond. That way the kids can just run and we don't have to pick them up. As you saw in the other video, we had to pick up Ella because the weeds and the grass were just so
Taller
tall.
than her.
Yeah, taller than her, like literally. Now we can just walk right back there. I think that that's something that for
That is a good
in terms of survivability, is that a word?
Yeah.
With having our kids here, they really are liking the water pit. It's not a pond, it's a water pit. The boys just they call it the river. It's funny, they don't call it the pond.
I don't think they understand their bodies of water.
Yes, they really want fish there.
They want to get in it. They want to do all kinds of gross things with that nasty, dirty water.
Oh, and it's so bad.
They're
It's
like,
so.
oh, can we go climbing it? Can we fish
Yeah,
in
it's
it?
so
Can
bad.
we find frogs in it? I'm like,
Ollie said that he found a
Don't
frog.
get salmonella in it. I don't know what you can catch from it.
Salmonella.
I'm just
Now there's a ton of mesquite back there. We'll see if we like the mesquite trees. I think that we're going to find a way to make mesquite flour
work for us.
work for us. Every rancher out here in the Central Texas region, they
Gets
hate
rid
the
of
mesquite. Because
It's an invasive species.
it is an invasive.
But here's
yeah.
my question: how are those yopon not an invasive species?
Oh, they're everywhere.
They're the worst.
So these yopon, these holly trees, we call them holly bushes because it looks like the Christmas holly. I mean, that's what it is at our. We have 3 gigantic holly trees in our backyard in our suburban house. But yeah, they're everywhere.
And they proliferate like nothing else, or propagating us. They
Yeah.
propagate themselves. So the shoots out of their root, the root comes up and creates another little tree. Well, that is what all that brush was today, and it was driving me bananas because they're not prickly like the little holly bushes. They're just everywhere you walk. And we haven't come out here one time that we did not remove those little sprigs of holly. And then today we had to take out a bigger one because it was just not thriving. That was what was ironic, is you would try to cut back to these large trees and there was all of this yopon, holly, whatever we're calling it, and many vines, like thorny vines. They were growing and thriving. They were doing just fine. And then you'd get to the large tree, and the large tree is suffering because all this little life has gone and sucked everything out of the ground, out of the sun, covered up the larger trees. So I felt discouraged by that because I was thinking, oh yeah, we're gonna cut back to this and get to the tree. But the larger trees really were not doing so well. So it's very possible we maybe rescued a few trees, large trees that didn't always have this extra growth around it, and then those trees will get a lot more sunlight than they were before, because you can see that one tree that you're going to show them that just looks like death. Poor thing. I mean, it looks like it was literally strangled by this vine that was as thick as my wrist.
Yeah, I didn't get the video of the vine strangling it.
It
but-
was so big. Well, then we took some of the vine down, what we could catch. That tree at the top, way, 20, 25 feet up, has, even now, still some leaves on it. So my hope is that maybe the whole tree isn't dead and we don't have to just wreck it. So, I don't know. I felt directionless today. Not in a way where it's like, oh, we have no goals, we're so lame. Just, I didn't feel like we had a lot of checklist items and we could knock them off,
If you know whether the tree is dead or not,
Comment.
please let us know. Comment below. Please do that because we would love. Tell us if it's not dead. If it is dead, we don't need to know. We'll find out next year. But if it's not dead, we need the pick-me-up. Okay, that's gonna wrap it up for this one. This was a long one. Just as we talk, this is an easy time to say, hey, please, if you like this, please subscribe to our channel. We're currently in the 30 videos in 30 days, or 30 vlogs in 30 days. So we are gonna be having great stuff come out every single day. talking about our journey of building a homestead. Please also follow us on Instagram. We typically are able to post more often there, but you know, and then check us out at the blog at bettertogetherlife.com. All right, guys, see y'all later.